Good morning. So sorry to be late. I was having some technical issues there. I am Gail and welcome to 3D Leisure at Home on this Saturday morning. Going to be doing fitness Pilates with you today, which is 45 minutes. So the main aim of this is to strengthen our core muscles and strengthen our back. We will be doing mobility exercises for the back, just loosening up the back and working hard to strengthen, as I said, our abdominal muscles. 45 minutes class today. Work within your means and you can modify the exercises if they're too hard. You can take rest breaks as you please. All you need is maybe a little mat and just a glass of water in case you want to have a drink while we're working out. And hopefully you're joining me today. And as I said, so sorry just to be a couple of minutes late. So we're going to start with a warm-up. So if we can just stand nice and tall, and I'll just turn this around a little bit and hopefully you can see me. So standing, and we want to take a deep breath in and lift this arm, float the arm up to the ceiling and back down again. And the other arm, take a deep breath in, reach up and back down. Make sure when you're lifting the arm, you're pulling in the stomach muscles nice and tight, and we're not arching the back as you lift. Taking the two arms, float the two arms up to the ceiling and back down, and do that one more time and down. So we want to just stretch out to the side, lengthen the arm and back, breathe in and stretch and back, and we'll do one more each side and back. So we want to just take the leg forward, keep your hips level and lift the leg forward and back. So nice, as if you're trying to brush the foot on the floor on your forward and back, keeping the hips level, changing sides, lift and back. So hopefully you're joining me today and I'm not on my own. And rest. Okay, we just want to be taking the leg, swooping it out to open up your hip. So we're just going to lift and take the knee out into a small circle and change sides, lift. So we're just opening up the hip joint here just to get warm. And then we want to come up the other way, so lift the leg up to the side. So you want to lift and drag in. So coming up and a little pull into centre. One more and change. So I thought I was well organised this morning, and I am not the best if something goes wrong. So we're lifting the knee to the front. So if you lift your knee and balance, hold your tummy in, so nice tight core muscles, and then you want to breathe out. As you kick out, breathe in, coming down. So breathe out and in. So try and hold the hips level as you lift, so you're not dipping like over to the side. And if it's too hard to keep your knee high, then drop your knee down. Or you can even do a tap forward if you don't want to do a lift. So we have 4 to go, 3 more, 2 and 1. Okay, lifting the other side, get your balance, out breath, kick out, in breath back. So nice and controlled, just tummy nice and tight. And as I said, if you want to just tap instead of the lift, you can tap, but draw in the tummy muscles as you extend the leg out, be it to the floor or in front. 2 more and 1. Okay, we're just going to roll down. So you want your hips kind of tilting slightly forward, tummy drawing in tight, shoulders back and down, and then we're just going to take a deep breath in, and on an out breath we want to drop the head down, chin down, roll down, reach right down slowly to the floor, or if you can't reach the floor, to where you can. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, and draw the tummy muscles in extra tight, pulling in all the way up, opening up the vertebrae, and head comes up last. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, repeat that. Head coming down, arms reaching, tummy still pulling in tight. Come down and let the body stretch, the back opening up. Take a deep breath in and breathe out, and roll up nice and slow. And rest. Okay, we're just going to be floating the arms up again, and when you float the arms up, I want you to come up onto your toes. So we take a deep breath in, come onto the toes, and breathe out. Come back down. Breathe in, lift the arms up onto the toes, and breathe out. And then we're going to do that again one more time. Breathing in, tummy muscles tight, and breathe out. Okay, we're just going to be lifting the arms up, and take the arms opposite ways. So try and stretch, so you're stretching out to the back and out to the front, and back up, and again push down, bring it back up, change sides. So push, we're opening up the chest, back up, and stretch, and back. Okay, just going to roll down, have a little tissue here. Have a drink whenever you want to drink, whenever you're exercising. Because I was panicking there, because I couldn't get it on. So my mouth is dry. So I'm going to add a little bit of music on. So as I said, in Fitness Pilates, it is aimed at the fit individual, but everything you can modify, every single exercise, and we can just work strengthening, lengthening the muscles, so you get a good stretch for the body. And you're also working hard on stabilising muscles. So sometimes when you're holding a position, you'll be stabilising, using the stabilising muscles in your shoulders. So it's all about working within your own strength. So if you feel you can't hold a plank, you modify it, you take it to a knee plank. So hopefully you'll enjoy it today with me, and we'll just work through each one, and I'll give you modifications or progressions, and you can just work to your own fitness level. So we're going to come down now, and we're going to walk it out into plank. So we're going to take a deep breath in and drop that head down like you're doing, opening up the back muscles, the vertebrae, as you drop down. And when we come to the floor, if you have to bend your legs, that's fine. And we want to be walking forward and holding in a plank position. Now you don't want your bottom up in the air with this one. You want to kind of sink down, pull the tummy up, and you can keep a slight bend in the elbows, but you are kind of pushing into the floor to lift up the shoulders and the tummy. The core muscles are tight. Now if this is too hard, you can modify it. You can bring your knees down at any time, but we're holding, we're really tensing up the tummy muscle. And walk it back nice and slowly towards your feet. Hang at the toes, drop the head, and take a deep breath in and breathe out and do your roll up. So we're just rolling up like we did at the start, Roll your shoulders now and squeeze the shoulder blades in at the back. So we're opening up the chest as you squeeze the shoulders back, trying to squeeze the shoulder blades in as if you've got a little pencil in between the back. And we run with tummy in, deep breath in, breathe out, roll down slow, and walk it out into your plank and hold that tummy tight. It's as hard as you make it, so if you're not pulling up, if you think of your belly button as being on a string from the centre of the tummy up to ceiling, and you are trying to draw that tummy up. Now if this is hard enough, you stay with this. If it's too hard, you come down onto knees, and if you want to progress, we are lifting one leg and then taking it back down again. Now when you lift this leg, it's important that you still keep the two hip bones level to the floor, parallel, so you don't want to be lifting and twisting the hip up. So the core is tight and you lift and lower. You want to keep this going if you can. If you need to make it a little bit easier, come down, have a rest and come back. Now you can still lift the leg even if you're on your knees, you can still lift. So I hope you're still with me and you're lifting. And we'll have a little sit back into a child pose and stretching. So we're going to come back onto fours. So the hands are always on your fours underneath your shoulders and your knees are always underneath the hip. So that's your starting point. We're going to do a little stretch, a cat stretch. So you want to take a deep breath in, but when we breathe out, we want to arch up, roll up, arch in the back, tuck your head, and breathe in and start to curl your tailbone up. Start to lift the head and drop the stomach down so you have a real good little arch in the back. Breathe out, turn the head down, start to lift and push up through the shoulders, and breathe in and start to tip up that bottom, really lengthen. Getting some movement into the spine, breathing out, curling up. And we're going to come back to neutral spine. So that is really halfway between your up and your down, just like a central point. So we are just neutral spine. Think of a belt around your tummy and you're tightening the belt so the tummy is in tight. And we want to lift opposite arm and leg. So we're lifting and we're lengthening the fingers and the toes. And on next out breath, if it's too hard, stay centre. If not, we are going arm and leg, coming out away from midline of the body and breathing in and bringing it back to centre point. Breathing out, take it out. So you want to make sure that the stomach is uptight, and when you're coming out the way, you're still keeping arm up shoulder high and leg hip high. So breathing out. If it's too hard to take out wide, just keep it in a bit closer. You can do a little small move and bring it back, and opposite arm and leg, take it out, and next out breath, move out away from centre with arm and leg, and breathe in and come back. So you really want to pull that tummy up extra tight and come back, and nice and wide. And we've got one more to go. So we're lengthening and back. Okay, take it back to your cat stretch. Just lifting. I'm going to go for one more. And lift. And tilt. Okay, thank you for joining me. So, hi Naz. Thank you for letting me know I'm on. So, right, we're going to come down onto our knees. I want you to extend the leg out, so the leg is nice and long. And we just want to take these arms out and drop so that the fingertips are coming down onto the floor. So we're reaching this arm up to ceiling. So it's a small little move. And then we want to be lifting up off the floor and in breath, out breath down. In and out breath. Inhale, exhale. Really pull in the stomach, reach up and down, stretch. So you're working into the obliques, lift. So we're really reaching up to the ceiling here. It's a small move, but the whole effort comes from the tension, pulling in tight on the core and lifting up. Really lift, squeeze. Keep it going if you can. And if you need to rest, you can just come out of it and then come back in. So nice high lift. And okay, take the arm over the head, give me a big stretch, breathing in and breathing out, come up. And breathe in, come down, stretch back. Breathe out. And come back up. And we're just going to change sides. Take the other leg out. Nice long, nice tight tummy. Arms out. And drop the hand, fingertips to the floor. So we're going to breathe in, reach up, breathe out, up. But try and really work hard to reach up and pull in the stomach muscle. It's easy to forget to pull in the tummy. So you want to be lifting and really squeezing. Lift. And two more. One more. And then we want to stretch. So we're coming up. And then we want to stretch across. And back up. And then nice big stretch. And go for one more. And lengthen. Opening up the waist. And come back up. Excellent. We're going to roll onto our sit bones. And we're going to lie down. And lift the chest. So we're just going to shorten the distance here between the hips and the ribs, pulling down the tummy tight. Hands just gently resting behind your head and keeping a space between the chin and the chest, and breathe out and squeeze up and breathe in down. So just warming up these tummy muscles. We are breathing out as we squeeze and breathing in as we come down. And we're going to take the legs to tabletop, tummy pulling down, and on out breath we're going to tap one, pulling in the stomach, and breathe in and come back. Breathe out, tap, breathe in and come back. and tap and lift, tap, pull down tight. And if you can take the two legs, breathe out and in. I'm not taking it to the floor at the moment. I'm just tapping out and back, so it's in mid-air. And then I'm just going to tap the toes to the floor. Now the closer the toes tap, the easier it'll be. If you're tapping out wide, try and keep this back to the floor. So we're taking it forward and back. We're going to hold in tabletop and we're going to extend one leg, so it's like a cycle. So we're going to push and push. Breathe in, out, out, in, out, out, in. Exhale, inhale, so two on each. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale. Now effort in lengthening the limbs. Pulling tight. Keep this going, guys. You're doing good. And push, push, push. You want to get this tummy to burn. And squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Are you still with it? If you need to rest or make it easier, then you can come down and you can just do your taps, or you can keep the feet on the floor, but we are working with it today. Breathe out, out, in, out, out, in, push, push, and squeezing, tummy extra tight, and give it a little hug, and pull in. You can roll back and forth. It's nice to loosen up the sacrum. And we're going to take the legs up in the air, straight legs, and we want to grab the leg. So we're aiming to have a double pull, a swap, and a double pull. So you can do different breathing. You can do 2 sniffs in, so a out breath, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. If you can't take the legs too wide, then you can keep a slight bend. And if we want to speed that up, we can go singles. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, in, out. Try and lengthen into the hamstring. Keep going. And rest and hug. We're going to take the legs into a V, so the heels, the toes are together, the knees are out, and we're just going to do a crunch, shortening the distance. So on out breath, you want to squeeze up, and in breath back. Breathe out and in, out and in. If it's too hard, you can take the feet onto the floor. You can modify it, make it easier. But if not, you're trying to keep your knees wide, breathing out and in. Squeeze these tummies down. So you really want to fire up the abdominals. And keep that rib to hip connection strong. Squeeze it. And breathe out and in. Squeeze extra extra tight. Happy Saturday. Squeeze it. Doing so good. And rest. Okay, we're going to make that a tiny bit harder. So again, always keep this core tight. Belly button pulling down. Think of closing in your hips center point. So you're kind of drawing everything into the middle. Tummy tight, back nice and flat. The legs are coming back up into your V. And this time, you're breathing out and then extend the legs out. So you crunch and extend. Crunch and extend. If it's too difficult, then you can have just the feet resting on the floor and just do the V crunch. Squeeze, extend, squeeze, extend, squeeze. Nice tight abdominals, extra tight. Oof. Feeling this, squeeze it. Excellent. Try not to arch the back when you extend the legs. Oof. Out and in. Out and in. 4 to go if you can. 3, 2, and 1. And hug. Well, hopefully your tummy muscles are feeling it. You're warmed up. And we're going to come on to our side. So lying on our side in a side plank. So the options are knee on the floor as you lift, offsetting your feet one in front of the other. Hardest is if your feet are on top. So you can have either one. You can either start off, take the arm up, keep this core tight, keep your hip up. So you want to be nice and long. The bottom isn't back, your bottom is tucked forward so that the body resembles a plank, a side plank. And if you want to make that harder, offset your feet and harder again, feet on top. So make sure your shoulder is just above the elbow and you're lifting. And we're just holding nice and high, lift up to ceiling. You can have your hand on the hip if you prefer, and if you lose your balance you can correct it, you can bring your hand down, and if you need a rest you come down and rest and just come back in when you're ready, and you're holding and have a rest. So we're lying down, I'm resting my head in my hand, and we're going to be lifting the legs. So we're going to start off with a flex of the foot on the lift, a point of the other foot, and then lowering down nice and slow. Now make sure your hip and your feet are in line together. So we're taking a deep breath in and breathe out, out and in. Flex, point and lower. Flex, point and lower. Make sure you rolled forward onto the hip bone so that if you took this hand away you would fall forward. And to make this harder, you lift 2 legs and then take it down. So this hand that's balancing on the floor is not pushing the living daylights out of the floor. It is just for balance, so maybe 1 finger, 2, just fingers just kind of resting but not putting force onto the fingers, lifting. And you can again progress with this if you want to, or you can modify it and go back to flex point. Arm coming away, diagonally away from the face, arm up and reach up and back down. Breathe out and in, out. Now you may find it hard to balance here. You're pushing forward on your hip bone and you're reaching down towards the ankle. So you're shortening this distance, working into the obliques. Push and lower. Are you with me? Nice and controlled, nice lengthening of your body. Tummy extra tight. Really, really engage the abs here. And squeeze and stretch. So you really want to lengthen, so you don't want to just pretend and slide this arm up. You really want to lift. And 2 to go. Up and down and again. Well done. Okay, just check here. So the other side, swivel round into our side plank. So if you remember your options, your knee on the ground, offset your feet, feet on top, shoulder is above the elbow, or elbow just below your shoulder, and lift and tighten. Bum tucked in, squeeze. Really long limbs. If you need to rest, come down, have rest. Come back up. Just try and keep that core so tight. Lengthen. Keep squeezing. Nice, strong limbs. Holding you up. Shoulders. Working hard to stabilize here. Try and you can have your hand if you don't want to reach up. Keep holding nice and tight. And rest. Rest your head. Ah, nice. So, back to breathe out, and in. Flex, point, lower. Flex, point. Don't forget to tilt forward onto that bottom hip. So if you were to take the supporting hand away off this floor, you would roll forward. So that's the angle you want to be at. And we can do the double leg lift if you want to progress. Breathing out and in. Nice light fingers on the floor. Breathe out and in. Squeeze, lift, and progression. The hardest is to lift and lower. Now keep the movements nice and flowy so that you're really coming down, and then you're lengthening through the whole fingertips and the toes, and you're lifting the legs. So the legs are not coming forward, they're in line with your hip. So if you look down your body, it's a perfect line from hip to toe. And you stretch the hand down and coming up onto this elbow to give me a little bit of purchase to push. Breathe out and in. Keep it going. 2 to go. And back, and 1. Well done. Okay, we're going to come back up onto plank. So we're coming into one leg back, then the other, and tummy up tight. If it's too hard, don't progress from here, but if you can, we're aiming to lift the leg up and down for 4. Nice and controlled, out breath lifting, and hold back center. Now if you can, take this to an arm lift. If it's too hard, then try to just stay in a plank. Or you can do just a little lift. So it's like just a little elbow lift. But we aim to lift arm up, keeping it in line, not tilting the shoulders. So the shoulders are staying level. Push, lift, modify. There would be knees lifting, still, shoulders level, core tight. And lovely. Okay, we want to be lying down. We're going to do a little bit of gluteal bracing. So it's a glute tense squeeze. I always say if you rest one fist on top of the other, so that gives you a little space for the chin, keeps your head in line with your spine. And we're going to just be lifting one leg on out breath, pushing down, keeping the hips into the floor, and take it back down again. Change legs, breathe out, lift, now tighten up. It's gluteal bracing, so you're trying to tighten up the glutes, your butt cheek. You're breathing out and in. Nice and high, but keep that hip grounded. Push that hip down. And breathe out and in. If you want to progress, you can take it to 2 feet lifting and breathing in and breathing out and in. Nice and controlled. If it's too hard, go back to one leg. If you want to add in the arms, extend the arms forward, and you can either lift opposite arm and leg, or you can lift both to progress together. So we're breathing out and breathing in. Nice lengthening of the toes and the fingers, working right deep into the lumbar spine and your glute. Squeeze, squeeze, and sit back, stretch out the back. Sitting back, allow the back to stretch. And we'll come back onto our bottom, onto our sit bones, and we're going to do a bridge, so gluteal bridge. So there's a slight difference. We're going to do a little mobilization first where we roll up slow and come back down, and we're curling off like a sticky mat, and then we're just going to take it to neutral. So we're going to lie back down, feet grounded, and first of all we are going to roll up slow. So this is the tilting up, tighten the tummy, take a deep breath in and breathe out, roll your hips up, then your lower back lifts and you take it up nice and slow, level hips and roll down, upper back, middle back and bottom last. Repeat that, breathe out, curl up nice and slow and lower it back down. Okay, slight change from that. This time we are not curling, so we're not rolling. Think of your high point, your arch, your low point into the floor, and with neutral spine in between. So when we lift, we're just lifting up and down, so it's more firing into your glutes, and you want pressure going down through your heels. So we're just going to lift and squeeze, and down, lift and squeeze. So now we are not rolling, we are just into lift and a lower, lift and a lower. Breathe out and in. Squeeze those heels down into the floor, get the hamstrings to fire up Get the glutes to work really, really hard. And we're going to stay up and pulse. Tighten. Think of a credit card in between your bottom cheeks and you're trying to clench. Squeeze it. Squeeze. Fire up the glutes. You really, really want to work. So these are great for strengthening up the back as well as tightening up your glutes, strengthening your glute muscles, the hamstrings. Now we are squeezing, guys. Squeeze, come on, extra tight, extra hard. Push, level hips. Okay, take one leg up if you can and keep with that pulse. If it's too difficult or you're dropping down on one side of the hip, then don't do it, just stay grounded with the feet. Squeeze tight and take that leg down and lift the other leg and squeeze. Extra tight. Push. Keep the hips pushing up. Keep firing up the butt cheek by pushing that flat foot down, heel into the floor, grounded foot. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and roll down. Again. Okay, we're going to lengthen. If you want to make this easier, you can keep your legs bent, but I am taking my legs out. And we're taking a deep breath in, and we are coming up to ceiling. And breathing out and rolling down. Breathing in, coming up to ceiling. And breathing out, extending above. Take a deep breath in and reach up, and this time come forward, so you're lengthening forward onto the toes. So we're reaching, breathing in, up, and breathing out, forward, breathing in, up, and breathing out, and breathing in, and breathing out. Take it all the way back. So we're coming back, we roll down here, arch, roll, extend, breathe in, up to ceiling, breathe out, forward, breathe in, come back up, and breathe out and stretch. Breathe in, reach to ceiling, lengthen the spine, breathe out, push forward, and stay down. If you want to bring your elbows down, you can bring your elbows down. We're trying to lift the chest at this point, trying to get a flat back. And then we're going to fold. So we're going to drop the head down and allow the back to curl. If it's too difficult, come to where you can. And then we're going to come back up. So we're just going to bring one leg in, one leg bent, arm behind, arm over. Now you can keep this hand here and you can just push and look back. Or you can take a knee, hold and twist. Hello. We have somebody joining me today. Yes. And take the other leg in, bend the leg, oops, lower, and hand back, elbow and squeeze. You can hold and twist, or you can really pull the knee over and twist, whatever feels nice for you on your stretch. And we're going to just relax the legs and breathe out and push out the arms. Thank you for joining me today, and apologise for my little hiccup at the start. Had a little bit of a tech issue, and once we're up and running, well done. Arms behind and lower your shoulders as you lift. So you want to just lift nice and high. And we're going to roll over, come onto the knees and just walk your hands back in towards the feet, lift the bottom up, take it into a little down stretch first, chest down, bottom lifting, heels flattening into the floor and walking it back nice and slowly towards the feet. Allow your body to hang, so allow the arms to just kind of rest, lengthening, stretching from the lower back here, opening up, and also allowing like the legs, the hamstrings to lengthen. And take a deep breath in and an out breath. We are just lifting, curling, tummy lifting slow on the curl, pulling the belly button in tight and rolling up. And last little waist one, again, take a deep breath in and opening up to stretch the waist. We're taking the wrist at this point. We are breathing in and we are lifting, and we are breathing out and we are coming across. And take it back. And thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed today. We'll be back next Saturday for Fitness Pilates, another 45 minutes. Thank you so much for coming on and letting me know you were there. Really do appreciate it. Hi Janice, that's brilliant. Hope you enjoy it. And as I said, there's loads of classes on. I hope you go on and have a fabulous day, beautiful Saturday, and that you'll join me next Saturday at 9 o'clock. So take care, have a little drink of water now, you did well, and as I said, enjoy your Saturday. See you next week. Take care, bye.